If you think there is no human trafficking in Southern Illinois, you better think again. I'm Brooke Slyer.
And I'm Mark Kiesling. That's the message from one SIU professor who specializes in the study of human trafficking. As News 3's Paul Wilcoxon shows us, her message is helping raise awareness.
This is happening in Southern Illinois. Human trafficking happens right here in our communities.
That's what one of the messages SIU professor Shelley Page told a large gathering Wednesday at John A. Logan College during her talk on human trafficking.
There's a lot of money to be made on victims. And unfortunately, we live in a society where people are willing to exploit one another for those reasons.
Human trafficking isn't exclusive to large cities like Chicago and St. Louis.
There are victims in our community. Most victims are being victimized by people they know, people they trust, people they love.
And that's seen far too often by Sarah McHarg, the Director of Victim Services with Restoration 61.
It is just more widespread of a problem in Southern Illinois than people realize because it looks different.
Restoration 61 is an Illinois-based group that provides advocacy services to victims of trafficking and exploitation. McHarg says trafficking comes in other forms than just your open prostitution.
You're seeing trafficking and exploitation in the foster care system. We're seeing that happen out of hotels and housing projects. Online is a very big thing down here.
Page says predators will use social media to lure unsuspecting victims into trafficking rings, and that parents need to remain vigilant with what their kids are doing.
Human trafficking thrives in silence, in darkness, and in secrecy. And when we have a group of people, a community that does not believe it is happening in that community, predators will take advantage of that.
And one of the fastest ways a trafficker can do this is by exploiting people on the internet.
I'm going to go online, I'm going to find social media, and I'm going to let whoever's on those websites know I'm coming through with my girls. And there are Johns who take advantage of those girls coming through towns.
And for students that listen to Page's message, it's an eye-opener to the real issues of human trafficking right here in our own neighborhood.
I always suspected that, sex trafficking was more of a big thing that in our area than people suspected, but I didn't know how prevalent it really was.
I have previous knowledge on human trafficking, sex trafficking, and I'm really glad that we had a speaker come and share this information.
So what's needed to be done to address this issue?
It's educating, making people in Southern Illinois aware that it's happening here. It is very real.
In Carterville, Paul Wilcoxon, News 3.
Page also warns parents to be active in what their children do on social media. She encourages them to always know their child's phone password to help monitor content.